What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas and today we're going to be talking about Alpine 4 Technologies, and yet again they have added another commercial drone company to their subsidiaries. It's absolutely amazing to see, and I'm excited to talk about all this information. They really are making some massive moves in the drone sector, and I'm going to enjoy providing that information to you. So if you're interested in this subject, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before we dive into the acquisition of this drone company, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to get into the video. I'm telling you guys, Alpine 4 Technologies is truly amazing me. And the reason I say that is because they keep making massive moves in the drone sector. And you know, CEO Kent Wilson said that they weren't done making moves in this sector. And for sure, they definitely did. They added yet again another commercial drone company in the likes of VAYU. Now, it's going to be amazing to see how they incorporate it. Obviously, Alpine will be able to incorporate some of their other subsidiaries into this and make it really their own. But it's just amazing to see the moves they are making. You know, this is going to boost them in the medical field. This is going to boost them in supplying, you know, the medicines and things like that to places that are in need. It's an awesome acquisition, and it's going to be a major piece in the drone sector. You know, obviously they just acquired Impossible Aerospace, and we'll dive in just a little bit more into that and how this kind of has a helping hand in that. But I can't tell you enough how big this is for this company and for the drone sector, because it's time to start making moves. It's time to prepare for 2021, and this company is definitely doing that. So we're going to dive into all this information for sure. We're going to jump right into this article that is just loaded with information and really some unique and very cool details that I'm going to break off and talk about because I think it's very significant. As we're going through this article, remember the other subsidiary that was added in the drone market was Impossible Aerospace, led by Spencer Gore, who has a background with Tesla. Keep that in your mind. So let's jump into this thing. Alpine 4 Technologies Ltd., owner of leading small market businesses, announced today that it has entered into a binding letter of intent with VAYU Inc. VAYU builds high-performance vertical takeoff and landing hybrid propulsion-based autonomous aircraft. Its customers and partners range from public and private entities in Australia, Canada, and sub-Saharan Africa in a variety of sectors, from critical medical supply, transport to infrastructure inspection. VAYU represents Alpine 4's second recent acquisition in fast-growing UAV space and will serve as a vital addition to the platform capabilities of Impossible Aerospace. Here we go. It gets really good. The shareholders of VAYU are primary leading venture capitalists and angel investors, including Tesla Motors founders Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning and consummate Esther Dyson, as well as public health experts. So right there alone, you know, there's the connection with Spencer Gore, obviously Tesla Motor founders. So that's absolutely very key in bringing this group in as well. Like Impossible Aerospace, the transaction will be completed in the reverse triangular merger with a newly formed subsidiary of Alpine 4. Upon meeting the final closing conditions, VAYU will be wholly owned subsidiary of Alpine 4, and VAYU and Alpine 4 expect to have the closing conditions met by January 10th, 2021. Daniel Pepper, the current CEO of VAYU, will continue in his role as CEO. And I think that's absolutely cool to see, you know, them kind of just take them under their wing and let them continue to be the CEO of the company. Very cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hear from Kent Wilson, the CEO of Alpine 4. He had to say, "I cannot say enough about VAYU and why I absolutely love this company. Their mission is resolute and purposeful. Their X5, G1, and G2 aircraft are designed to deliver life-saving medicine and technology to people within inaccessible areas of developing countries, as well as hard-to-reach and vulnerable communities in the U.S. The mission-driven purpose of it alone is even more significant than its dollar value. When you look at its evolving landscape of the commercial UAV industry, you see an abundance of opportunities for VAYU's family of VTOL aircraft. Its 7 years of expertise combine not only core technologies, advantages, but also invaluable market insights. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And really, that just speaks volumes to what Wilson sees and envisions this company doing, this subsidiary doing. So continuing on, Wilson added, VAYU's platforms complements the multicopters from Impossible Aerospace. Both VAYU and Impossible Aerospace have unique qualities that makes their respective platforms advantageous and complementary depending on the requirement of the end user. Combining these two companies into Alpine 4 portfolio of subsidiaries gives us a wider and larger scope of commercial clients and positions the company to capture a large market share of the commercial drone industry. I think that is very significant. That is a very bold statement. And, as you start to continue to evolve with these drones, I think it's going to be very unique to see how they can incorporate package delivery with both of these acquisitions. The VAYU aircraft is very unique. It has a ton of storage, and it will provide a huge, unique service to some companies for sure. So continuing on, Daniel Pepper, CEO of VAYU, said, "This represents the beginning of a new chapter in VAYU's story. The company began in response to an acute need of tremendous magnitude, solving some of the hardest logistical challenges for delivering medical care anywhere in the world. Over the years, VAYU's capabilities have grown in size and capability and in direct response to an enormous amount of customer and stakeholder engagement. Platforms such as the G1 and the G2 are virtually unmatched in the civilian market, yet their demand is as critical as ever. Whether it is for maritime surveillance, forest fire monitoring, linear asset inspection, or the primary and core use case of medical delivery, VAYU's opportunity set is wide, diverse, and growing. In the years to come, VAYU will further expand its offerings to a range of customers, ever expanding its payload and range capabilities, while further investing in its autopilot and avionics expertise to further safety, reliability, and autonomy." Now, all that information right there is very, very important. It shows that they still kind of are somewhat in an infant stage when you're talking about autonomous, drone delivery. And as we continue to grow in this sector alone, BVLOS is still going to be something that's going to be very important. And it's going to be something that the sector as a whole is continuing to work on. I think that for them to have the confidence that they do and understand like they have two completely separate, mindsets with these drones, I think that's very awesome. And I want to see what they can accomplish. I truly, truly want to see what they accomplish. I mentioned the other day forest fires being a way for drones to really have a hand in fighting fires. And it's just ironic that they mentioned forest fire monitoring here. It'd be nice to see them to be able to incorporate a way to actually combat the fire with the drone, whether it's dropping some form of repellent or it's, a way of the drone spraying the fire out. It would be nice to have drones incorporated into fighting forest fires and, kind of take some of that off of the, some of the, issues that you have putting firefighters out there at risk. So those are some things that I just would like to see. And it would be awesome to see if they can incorporate their new acquisition in VAYU into this entire thing. The final major piece of information I'm going to provide to you from this VAYU acquisition is going to be some highlights that will come from this. So swinging back over here, advanced UAV autopilot software. The acquisition of VAYU will allow Alpine 4 to incorporate VAYU's highly advanced and rugged autopilot company-wide for other applications such as with Impossible Aerospace US-1 drone. So that is very significant right there. They're going to be able to take, obviously VAYU's software and implement that into the US-1, which is Impossible Aerospace. Large medical market opportunities, the rural medical markets of last mile and even middle mile. And I think you can even potentially take it a step further in the last inch. Delivery that can be supported by VAYU's drone technology are large and growing. VAYU's G1 has a payload of 12 pounds, while its G2 aircraft, this is massive, and I got excited when I read this, while its G2 aircraft has a payload capacity of up to 44 pounds. I mean, that's a big, big deal. Obviously they're talking about large medical market opportunities, but with that amount of weight, you're talking a large market opportunity in package delivery. 44 pounds is not something to be playing around with. And if it's able to do that, that's a big, big deal. Continuing on, vertical manufacturing. Having VAYU within the portfolio of Alpine 4 companies will add more integration opportunities with our subsidiary Quality Circuit Assembly and have cross-pollination manufacturing opportunities for the team at VAYU. And I can't agree more. And that's one of the biggest pieces that makes me super pumped and super excited to be even an investor in Alpine 4 Technologies is their cross-pollination, the fact that they're going to be able to use, one subsidiary here to assist with the other subsidiary over here. And that's going to be amazing to see. So I'm extremely excited to really kind of see this thing develop out. And it's even going to be amazing too that they're being added to the NASDAQ, and there's just a lot that is going on. There's rumors, and I've saw the report, I think it's 14C, that Alpine 4 Technologies did put in for a reverse split. We're going to have to see if that will go through. And if it does, it makes sense. Most of the time in my eyes, I feel reverse splits are a negative mindset. It's for a company to fight and scrap to stay somewhere. In this case, it's them entering into the NASDAQ, them wanting to become a part of the NASDAQ. And in order for them to do that, they have to conduct it. So I think I can see the opposite of truthfully what they're trying to do with this reverse split. These are all things that are happening, guys. These are all things that are exciting for this company. And we haven't even got to the chart yet to see this thing, go in the upward direction. Now we have come to my favorite part of any video, and that is chart breaking down time. So let's swing on over here, check out ALPP, Alpine 4 Technologies. Today it opened at $3.49. It did not stay there very long. It got as high as $4.79. Its low was $3.49, which it was the open. Its volume was 11.95 million. Current market cap is $599.2 million. 52-week high is $4.79. And its 52-week low is 0. Average volume is 5.456 million. So as you can see, the volume was definitely up. Today it closed at $4.40, up 41.94%. And the reason why we see that is because the cryptic message that came out on the half day Thursday, December 24th, by the time the market closed on the half day, they had unveiled that they would be added to the NASDAQ. And then obviously today they announced that they would be doing the acquisition of VAYU, excuse me. So all that had a massive hand into why the stock price got to what it got to. And as you can see, this thing just stayed in the upward direction. It really didn't have too much influx. Right around the halfway point, more towards the end of the trading day, it did have a little bit of a fall off, but I can see this, this stock price continuing to rise for a little bit just due to the fact that they made some massive moves. They are trying to get onto the NASDAQ. They are acquiring yet again another drone, commercial drone company. These are just massive moves for a company who just entered into the sector and are really trying to just make strides in the right direction. I'm excited for this stock. I know tons and tons of people out there are. And so I'm obviously going to continue to keep updates, doing updates, and it's fun. I appreciate you swinging by and checking out yet again another video on Alpine 4 Technologies. Like I said, I can assure you that this will not be the last video on ALPP because they continue to make massive moves, and we have still not even broke into some of the other subsidiaries. We are just getting into the drone sector. So it's amazing to see what this company is doing, like I said in this entire video and all the videos I've done prior to this. Super exciting. I do want to remind you guys, I am not a financial advisor, and anything I say in this video is for pure entertainment purposes only, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, is entertain. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, have a good day.